Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Hart Cross Country Media Day. I'm your host, Hart correspondent Rich Linden. We're looking at all 13 Hart Cross Country programs. And next up is Graceland University head coach Tom Shore. And Tom brought along two incredible student athletes, Mackenzie Fisher and Moses Ridley. Coach, athletes, how are we doing today? How is Graceland holding up?
Doing good, Rich. We just got done with our preseason. School started this week, so excited to get the season going this weekend and, ready to roll.
Well, you know what? Funny you should mention that, Coach. Let's start right there. Season's coming up really fast. How has training been going so far? Preseason going, and how are you handling the heat? Because apparently there's a heat wave up there.
Yeah, so
Crazy.
training over summer went really well. A lot of our students did a very good job as far as communicating with us about their training and keeping stuff going. Came in for preseason, got all of our newcomers, acclimated and ready for the program. Had a great time, did a lot of team bonding, did a lot of training. And we start our season up at Simpson this weekend on Friday. So I know a lot of the kids are excited about that. It's our first race of the year tradition pretty much. So we're kind of just excited to get started.
Awesome, Coach. Well, you have two incredible student athletes. Introduce us to your athletes and tell us what they mean to the program.
Yeah, so on my left we got Mackenzie Fisher. She's our women's team captain. Mackenzie's it's going to be a pretty vital part of this team this year. She had a good track season and had a lot of really big PRs in both her 5K and her 10K. So we're kind of excited to see what she brings, to the cross country season this year. She was slamming a lot of pretty high mileage weeks over the summer. So we're waiting to see that pay off. And I know that she's excited to get started this weekend. On my right, we got Moses Ridley. One of our big returners coming from last year. He had a good cross country season, stepped up to that steeplechase last year for track season. I know he had a lot of fun. Yeah, so he really enjoyed it. And he was down in Texas with the Texas heat over summer. So I know that he's excited. He's used to a little bit of the heat as well, but still pretty diligent with this training. And he's also kind of excited just to see where we're at when we compete.
Well, Moses, let's just start with you. Baytown, Texas, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Good old Baytown, Texas, right down there off the Gulf, man. So you've got humidity, you got heat. Um, Tell me, first of all, how did you get into cross country? When did you fall in love with this sport? And how different is it training down there than it is training at Graceland?
So I first started out as a soccer player, and in order to be in soccer, I was required to do cross country. And so,
Wow.
so whenever my coach told me to do cross country, I ended up hitting some good times over there, and I realized that I'm better and faster at cross country than I am at soccer. So I did cross country all 4 years, and then I decided to do track my senior year, and it went out pretty well. So I also decided to do a summer track course. I ended up meeting one of my coaches, now my fellow teammate Renee Romero, and he offered me to come over here. And so now I'm doing cross country and track at Graceland.
There you are, a Yellow Jacket. So Mackenzie from Redding, California, totally different aspect. Tell me about the difference. And tell me about some of the favorite places where you train at home and how different it is at training there as compared to at school.
Well, I actually ended up being in Palos Verdes, California, so right on the peninsula for the
Okay.
past few summers because my family had transferred and moved there. So I got to spend my summer training running near the beach. So also a little bit of humidity, but different kind. It's not very hot. The humidity is still up there, and I get to enjoy nice views on the beach, and I get to enjoy nice trails over in Palos Verdes because it's very hilly, as it's known for having horses and horseback riding. So I kind of got to run on those types of trails, and it was very awesome. But I'm excited to be back here and train in the humidity because I do love it, I will say.
Awesome. Well, the season kicks off, what you said, this Friday? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask both my student athletes, but I'll start with Moses. Do you have any pre-race rituals? Do you have any traditions, any routines that help you get in the right mindset before the gun?
So I like to do a prayer before I run, and I also like to map out the course, and that's basically my whole entire thing of what I do. I also get the guys to do a little group prayer so that we can be safe and none of us get injured for the race, and so that we can all like just have a really great race and finish strong at the end.
Awesome. How about you, Mackenzie?
So I'm a big stick to tradition. I always play a song called Overcomer. It's like a worship song, and always play that. That's my first song on my playlist when warming up with the team. I also am a big like team leader. Like I love warming up with my team. I love doing drills with my team and getting them ready because I really truly believe that cross country is a team sport, and I love that aspect. I love that we can get in the mindset. We also do a team prayer, and I'm just really excited to kick it off on Friday. I think we've got a lot of potential this year, and I love the fact that we have females all around the same time, so we can really work together.
I love it. And you nailed it. It's so crazy. Cross country is so unique in that it's an individual sport, but it really is a team sport. Both aspects of that. It's amazing. Coach, you get the chance to coach at your alma mater. How much does this opportunity mean to you?
It's really been great. Ever since I came out here as an athlete, I really got caught up in the program. You know, I was just a track athlete when I first came out here, but just being given the opportunity to continue with Graceland and starting off coaching right when I graduated was great. And then just, the more I've stayed and the more opportunities that I've had, and eventually taking over the cross country programs been kind of a pretty big goal of mine in terms of becoming a head coach, and being at my alma mater just makes it all that much better. So it's really cool to have a program at my alma mater that I can to shape into my own, and push my athletes as much as I can, both on the cross country side and the track side. And now I get to hopefully give them the experience that I had when I was an athlete here and make things as enjoyable for them. And, maybe they go up and they, continue coaching, whether at the high school or collegiate level. And I just want to give them the same experience that I had.
I love that. Well, we talk about student athletes, and these are incredible athletes, but they definitely at Graceland, you put student first. And last year you had several NAI Daktronics scholar athletes getting awarded last year. So coach, how do you help your athletes maintain that balance between what is a rigorous training schedule for competition and then all of your academic responsibilities? How do you balance that out? And athletes, feel free to jump in as well.
Yeah, I make it very clear to my athletes that we do put an emphasis on the academic first. It is much easier for them to train and stay healthy and compete worry-free when we don't have to worry about the academic side of things. So at the beginning of the year, I gave them all the same speech. I said, if you need anything on the academic side, you need any extra time or have to rearrange the practice schedule for an academic reason, you let me know and we'll work it out. I love having, like Mackenzie said, it's a team sport. So I want the whole team to practice together. But ultimately, I know that they're here for 4 years to get their college degree. And we want to make sure that that is the priority first. And then we'll deal with the academics after that. So across all my athletes, doesn't matter how good or how bad you are, we're here to make sure that you graduate on time with the degree you want. And then we will worry about the athletics, make sure that it comes. And I'm here, we're in town. It's not a very big place. So
Right?
if I have to have a few different practices along the way, that's fine. I'll hop out on a bike with any athletes that need it, or if we need to rearrange the schedule and we got a group of people that go at a different time. We just like to keep everybody together. We keep everybody involved, but we put an emphasis on making sure that their academics stay first and we stay on top of that.
It's amazing that flexibility and that balance. Well, let's talk about athletics. Mackenzie, crazy. This is going to be the second year that the women's race has been extended from a 5K to a 6K. What has that done to our athletes? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And what does your team think about that?
I think that we all pretty much love it. I think it was a big transition last year and something to adjust to, but coach just told us like just stick with the training and it'll come naturally. You won't even notice the difference at the end of the race. And that was totally true. Like going out there for conference and doing our first 6K was honestly you couldn't even see the difference because our training paid off in essence. And I also believe that this year, a lot of us are loving the 6K and we're gearing up for that with training and hoping to do our best. And we also have a couple marathon runners on our team this year as well. So
Oh, wow.
that's gonna really like benefit those runners as well. So I think the 6K in our mind, we're like, ooh, this will be a nice quick race. And so it's not as long, but I know
That
that
is
we're
crazy.
really looking forward to that. The idea of it being a quick race, something that we can use for speed work. And so I'm really excited for it. And I know we'll all do great doing it.
Well, I'm excited for it. Good luck this weekend and through the rest of the season. Can't wait to see the Yellow Jackets progress, making it all the way to the Heart Championship. Have fun. Thanks for being on today. We'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.